Okay, now. So, hello everyone. For those who are watching, I'm gonna give some time for those to view. Mm, Get some people watching here. But for those who are watching right now, my name is Dr. Antonio Rivera. I'm the owner and founder of Life by Design Chiropractic. And I wanted to do this immunity workshop, really, not just for my patients, but for the people who really follow our page. And I know this is a hard time that we're living in, and but a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, especially if you watch the news 24/7. Um, and now social media is, full of this news on the COVID-19. And so, really, I'm not really here to talk about this particular virus. I'm here to talk about viruses in general. I'm here to really talk about the amazing power that's within your body, that can fight off any type of sickness and disease that's out there. You were made to fight anything. That's how God created you. And so I'm really gonna really simplify today about this mechanism that we call the immune system that God's giving us inside of us to fight any type of sickness and disease. And thank God that we have it, because we didn't, we would not be alive today. And so as I go along, share, do a watch list or a watch party. You can comment. I believe I can see questions. Say hi. If you have any questions, like, I'll try to answer them throughout, or even at the end, and things like that. So I want this to be, back and forth, but there's going to be very good information about, how you can boost your immune system and how to resist this COVID-19 virus and any type of virus that goes along your way. And so I'm going to begin with my mission here. I truly believe I was called here to Louisiana, to the state of Louisiana. Louisiana is the sickest state in the country. And as you can see, after Mardi Gras, it seems like this virus has skyrocketed. I believe we are the third. The last time I checked, we're the third fastest rate for COVID-19 in the whole country. New York and California are up there per capita, but we're like number 3. And so, yes, that's why the governor just recently talked about having we're locked down till like April 30th, I believe. And so, how's it going, Hattie? We miss you. And but yeah, so this is a big concern, and people are concerned, people are afraid. But I hope that, when I speak today, that it gives you hope, it gives you certainty, it gives you some confidence, some empowerment, because there's not enough out there of encouragement and empowerment. And so, really, God created you to heal, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. And so, when we talk about the immune system is your military that's inside of you. It is your built, is your military, as you can see. It's your immigration. When we talk about it fights off pathogens, microbes that create disease. Immune system. That Latin word for immune is immunes. Immunes is basically, in English, it's called exempt from public service. In other words, it's protected against disease or some type of foreign invader or insult. It's free from insult. That's what it means. And so that's what immune system is. So your immune system is your military, it's your army. Your immune system is basically your immigration system. So when a foreign invader comes through either your nose or your mouth, through your mucus lining, your skin, whatever it is, you have this immigration. It needs a stamp of approval. It needs something, okay, you are right for the body, so do what it has to do. If you're not, then you have these soldiers called your white blood cells that goes out and attacks these foreign invaders, which we call pathogens. Pathogens are some type of virus, bacteria, fungi, yeast, whatever it is. And so that's our foreign invaders. And so we have that. And as you can see in the PowerPoint here, whether you're a foreign entity that can cause harm, or if you're part of the body, if you're foreign, it will automatically send the defenses. And that's what we're really going to talk about today, is really the defenses, your white blood cells. And so as you can see, you have these three main barriers to protect you. It protects you. So your skin is the largest organ in your body, and you have microbes in your skin that are there to protect you. You have a fatty layer within the skin that stops foreign invaders of going through there, especially going into your blood. You also have some acids in your skin that protects you from any type of foreign invaders. Your mucus lining. Your mucus lining is in your nose, in your mouth, in your respiratory tract. Those are able to engulf and capture any type of invader or any type of pathogen that tries to attack you. That's your defense mechanism. That's your barrier. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but inflammation is actually good for you for a short period of time. And so inflammation is actually there to protect you so you won't injure yourself in the future. And so that's very, very important. So you have inflammation, you have your mucus lining, and your skin that are all barriers there to protect you. And then, so what are the main cells that are used to protect you, that God created inside of you in order to fight anything that comes to you? Well, for many of you know, white blood cells. White blood cells are your military. That's your army that's within you. It helps in many ways. White blood cells are not red blood cells. Red blood cells have a different function in your body. That's your blood. But within your blood, you also have white blood cells that are there to fight any type of pathogen. You also have, believe it or not, you have something in your gut called your microbiome or your gut flora. So you have healthy bacteria that's within your gut that has different types of functions that are there to help you and assist you to fight any type of pathogen that tries to cross and go into your body. And so your gut actually has the ability to absorb any type of nutrients, certain types of nutrients. It helps you absorb those healthy bacteria. Helps you recycle bile. It secretes. It has a lot of immune defenses, as you can see. Has a lot of immune defenses. One awesome thing that they do is that it makes it. This is pretty amazing, but it makes it. We have good, healthy bacteria in our gut. That makes it. It increases space in our gut, so pathogens won't have enough space to actually live. It actually will decrease the nutrients in our gut so pathogens can't live no more. That's what that healthy bacteria, our gut within us, that's what it does. It takes up space, and also not only that, but it decreases some nutrients, so those bad microbes can't live any longer. And so, as we can see, those are our defenses. And so now, when we think about this, when we have something foreign, we have to understand our white blood cells. Our white blood cells are there to help you. And so white blood cells have different types of functions. You have to understand this before we get into the things that you can do to resist this COVID-19 virus. And so when it comes to white blood cells, there have many types of functions. And as you can see up there, it has the ability to make acid, to dissolve and kill microbes and pathogens. It secretes different types of poisons to kill microbes. It secretes free radicals. White blood cells has the ability to secrete white blood cells. And as you can see, it's able to secrete hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, if you ever get a cut, and then you pour hydrogen peroxide in there, you'll see all this bubbling. And what it does actually kills, is very potent. Hydrogen peroxide is very potent with cleaning any type of cuts, because it kills all these microbes that are there to infect you. And so your white blood cells actually secrete that. It also secretes enzymes to break down and dissolve different types of microbes. I already talked about earlier that it actually takes up space and actually reduces the amount of nutrients these microbes are able to get. And so that's very important function, because that's part of your white blood cells, your good bacteria in your gut. 80% of your immune system is where? In your belly, in your gut. And so this is very important, because I think I put that, yep, I did put it in the PowerPoint. It generates a mucus and inflammation. Pathogens get caught in this mucus web and can't get out. And so when you think about this, when you sneeze, why do people sneeze? And so when there's pollen, right now in Louisiana, it's full of pollen, as many of you know, because a lot of people come to me because of allergies. But the biggest thing that I've seen is the reason why your body responds that way, sneezing, drooling, things like that with your kids, watery eyes. What is your body trying to do? It's trying to capture all those pathogens to try to help you take that out of you so you can function at a better rate. But what we do here in America is like, no. I don't want a runny nose. No. I don't want watery eyes. So let me take what? An antihistamine in order to block that. And what that does, that actually elongates the sickness, it elongates the microbes, and it stops our natural body's defense mechanism. And so it does it. So in order to, well, I always like to say, whether you have a fever, a runny nose, whatever it is, let it run its course, and actually we're going to talk about later how to put good nutrients inside your body in order to resist and get over whatever sickness and disease that you have, because there's ways to do that, but naturally. You don't have to go straight to a synthetic or man-made. Do something that's God created, that's God made. And you will see that your body will respond to that at a better rate than something that's synthetic. And so I'm done doing my little tangent there. But your white blood cells, it generates mucus. It increases inflammation in your body because it's trying to protect you and stop you from, or stop foreign invaders from hurting you. Also, something very important, as you can see here, Your immune system, your white blood cells have a memory. It actually remembers what happened to you at 5 years old, what attacked you. It's very, very smart. It has like this database, and it remembers these past pathogens, and it kills it if it comes back. And so it's very, 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 very smart because it builds a memory. It has like this computer. And so if you were exposed to it, then that's what we call building the immune system. And so that's why with kids, you don't want your kids to be fully sterile. If you put your kids if they like never get sick, or they never get a runny nose, they never get diarrhea, they never get a bad stomach, whatever it is, like that's not necessarily a good thing. Like they need to experience those things and let it run its course. And what that does, that builds a memory for your white blood cells. So if that happens again, especially as you get older, because as you get older, as many of you know, your immune system actually goes a bit down. And so like you got to be prepared for any type of foreign invader. And it really starts at birth, at kids. It's very, very important. And so what else does it does? As you can see here, phagocytes. This is something that's probably not taught to many people. But what are phagocytes? Phagocytes are they basically eat things. Phagocytes eat things. They're like your garbage disposal inside your body. And so when we have it, it has an appetite for viruses. Phagocytes have an appetite for microbes, for yeast, for fungus. But one of the main things that it does, it actually eats dead cells. It eats dead cells, which is very important because when your cells dies, every cell dies in some type of moment. Your skin cells dies in a week. Your liver cells takes 3 months. Your red blood cells take 3 months, 90 days. And so like every cell dies and it replicates itself. And so, but when it comes to like those dead cells cannot stay in your body, they have to be what? Recycled or eaten up. And that's what phagocytes do. And so it's your garbage disposal. And so when you 1 liter of blood, you just cut your finger and you take 1 liter of blood, there's about 6 billion phagocytes. And study has shown that these phagocytes, they're stimulated by acid. So these phagocytes, you want phagocytes to work within you. So if we know that it's stimulated by acid, what should we do? That's why when somebody takes vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is an acid. Vitamin C is very potent. And what does it do? It stimulates your phagocytosis, your phagocytes also. But what's more potent than ascorbic acid is apple cider vinegar. If you're not taking apple cider vinegar at this time right now, while we're on lockdown, while we have a stay-at-home order and things like that, I highly recommend that. Apple cider vinegar is very, very potent. It's an acid, and it actually stimulates phagocytosis. And if you stimulate phagocytosis inside your body, it takes out all this garbage that's been stored inside your body and in your gut. And it takes all and actually fights for you. It increases white blood cell production, and it helps fight viruses, bacteria, fungi, yeast, you name it. And I know apple cider vinegar does not taste good. It does not taste like orange juice. It does not taste like apple juice or Dr. Pepper. It does not taste like those things. However, when you mix probably 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar into water, and you drink it every morning, that will increase the acidity in your gut and it will increase phagocytosis. And that's what I do every morning. I highly recommend that, especially in this time. And so when we go to the next slide right here, pathogens. So we know what white blood cells are. And so how's it going, everybody? And so if you just tuned in, share this, do a watch party, say hi, say hello. If you have any questions, please post. I'll answer them. I see them. And so, and then as we go throughout, we'll answer more questions, especially during this time. And so when we get into this pathogens, so because white blood cell is very effective, we also have pathogens, which are foreign invaders. They have a function too. And one of their main functions is that they block vitamin D. They block vitamin D. Why? I don't know how they know to block vitamin D, but they do, because they know that vitamin D is that they block vitamin D by going into the receptor. You have vitamin D receptors in your cells. You have vitamin D receptors in your nucleus, in your DNA. You have vitamin D receptors in your skin, everywhere, in your white blood cells. Vitamin D, I'm going to talk about it, is very essential for your immune system. Actually, some studies show that it actually controls your immune system. It's a huge modulator for your immune system. Vitamin D is. And so it seems like foreign invaders, pathogens, actually know that. So it tries to block it at the receptor so vitamin D doesn't attach to it. So what's one of the best things that you can do right now is vitamin D is going out in the sun and getting some sunlight to increase your vitamin D. So your pathogens, viruses, bacteria, yeast, fungi, whatever it is, can't block those receptors. And so vitamin D is very, very vital in for resistance. It mimics your body. It's very, very smart. These are pretty sneaky. These pathogens are very, very sneaky. And right now we're really talking about viruses, but it's very, very sneaky. It actually mimics your body. What it does, it mimics your body tissue. So your immune system won't recognize it. And so because it doesn't recognize it, your immune system can't attack it. And so it hides in calcium houses. These little igloos it creates, so your immune system can't attack it. That's why antibiotics. When it comes to antibiotics, a lot of people take antibiotics, and what study is showing is that it's not. Carly Elliott asked a question: how much do we take apple cider vinegar? I would say 2 tablespoons. With water, every single day. I would do that with water, drink it. Right now, I'll probably take it twice a day to increase phagocytosis inside your body. But back to calcium igloos, calcium houses. Pathogens actually house themselves to protect themselves from your immune system, from your army, and your immigration system that's within you. That's why when someone takes antibiotics, it creates a biofilm. Those microbes adapt and becomes a biofilm, and it's very hard to for your immune system to attack that. So, but that's a different story. I can do another section on antibiotics another day, but that's one of the things your pathogens does. Also, it keeps moving. Whether it's a virus, a bacteria, whatever it is, it moves. It can go to your knee joint. It can go to your shoulder joint the next day. It can go to your wrist joint. It can go to your stomach. It just moves because it's trying to find somewhere to invade, to attack. And so that's what pathogens are there for, is to attack. And so it morphs. It morphs into different structures. Why does it morph to different structures? Because so it confuses your immune system. It's there to confuse your immune system. And so that right there is for pathogens, as you can see. So what do you do about it? So what do you do about it? And so there's different things that you can do to help you, especially during this time, to fight any type of sickness, disease, whatever it is. And so I created two sides of the equation. As you can see here, we have to understand and know what weakens our immune system, so we know what to do to strengthen our immune system. And so when it comes to weakening our immune system, there's several things that that weakens our immune system. A low nutrient diet. A low nutrient diet weakens our immune system. And so when this all started, this coronavirus all started, I remember I was walking into Kroger, and first of all, there was no toilet paper, but that's another thing. But when I was looking through the aisles, it was like all the processed foods, all the canned goods, everything that was processed, that was really genetically modified, was taken out of the shelves. And so so God created food that's nutritious. But when man came in there so we can multiply it, what we did, we denatured that food and we made copies of that food so we can mass produce it and we can give it to everyone. But little did we know is that all that rancid food, processed food, that goes inside our bodies, and that's fake food. So if it's fake and our body does not recognize it, what happens? It increases inflammation inside our bodies, and our bodies have to fight it to get it out of it. That's why people get upset stomachs, get diarrhea, get constipated, get these runny nose and things like that. This all started in 1918. There was something that's called the Spanish flu. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of it. The Spanish flu killed over around 50 to 100 million people worldwide. The Spanish flu did in 1918. But what happened before 1918? There was a war called World War I. And World War I, there was a huge food shift. And what happened was this food shift, because everybody was at war, they sent these canned foods. They sent like it was dog food, corned beef. It was all these meat products, very low vegetables, very low and nutrient dense foods, just really full of protein foods, and that's it. And so what that did, that weakened your immune system because there was no dense nutritious food. It was low nutrient food. And so it spread worldwide. And people really don't know that part of it, especially in regards to 1918. And now we have this coronavirus, and then everybody's buying all this processed sugary foods. And what happens? It actually weakens our immune system, so it increases our susceptibility to sickness and disease and viruses and bacteria and things like that. Hopefully this makes sense to you. And so your diet is diet, I think people are, I don't have to tell, diet is not something that you do one day and not do the next. Diet has to be a lifestyle. And so one thing that weakens your immune system is low vitamins, low trace minerals, low minerals, low amino acids, decreased amino acids. And so research shows now today, shows right now that your diet, like your virus, actually becomes stronger. I think there was a study, I have it right here. they found was that viruses become more virulent in selenium and vitamin E deficiencies. And so basically, the more we starve ourselves, or the more we lack nutrients, the more that virus actually gets stronger. Virulent means able to infect the host. And so that's very important, especially when we talk about viruses today. And so, especially now. And so the less you eat, it's kind of like fasting. When we fast, it actually makes our body stronger. Unless you fast for a long time, like you stop eating for like 7 days, that's not good. It actually destroys your body. But if you fast for like 6 to 12 hours, 3 times a week, it actually builds our immune system, makes our body more resistant and stronger. Same thing with viruses. If you lack nutrients inside your body, it actually makes the virus a lot stronger and a lot harder to get rid of. Hopefully that makes sense. And so also, this is very important. I want y'all to see this because it says low fatty acids. Low fatty acids. Why is that? You need good fats in your diet. You need, if you think about a virus, I want everybody to hear this. If you think about a virus is not alive. The only way, it's actually like, it's not even dead either. It's a virus. And so like a virus needs a host in order for it to replicate and copy and make more of it. And so, however, when we talk about fatty acids in a cell wall, a virus has to invade the cell wall. And so a cell wall has 2 fatty layers in order to protect it. So it's like gates it has gates in it to allow things in and things out. And so viruses are not welcome in those fatty layers. But when you think about somebody with a low fat diet, guess what? You're taking fat out of that cell wall, and your increases your risk and your susceptibility to any type of virus, bad microbe, fungi, whatever it is, whatever pathogen is trying to infect your body. Low fat diets are one of the worst things that you can do right now, especially in this pandemic that we have in our country and in this world. So what do you want to do? You want to increase good fats in your diet. What are some examples in your that are good fats? Is almonds, coconut oils. You want to change your oils. So coconut oils are very, very dense fat. It's a medium chain fatty acids, very, very important to protect you. There's olive oil, there's avocados, there's nuts, seeds, fish, fatty fish, wild caught salmon. All these good fatty fish are really good, high in omega-3s and fatty acids. You want to take some type of like fish oil. That's a good supplement to have. That's very, very important to have just to increase your fats. You want to increase your fats in your body, but good fats, not bad fats, but good fats. And so in order to protect you from any type of viruses. And so very, very important because low, it increases your susceptibility. It weakens your immune system. Stress. Decreased amount of time that you spend on television. That increases stress, period. If you have somebody calling you every single day and telling them, hey, you got to watch this, you got to watch this. Look how many people are dying. Look how many people are sick. Look how many people are doing this, that. Like you gotta block that friend or something. Or you have to set some guidelines because that increases your stress level. And because it increases your stress level, it decreases your immune system. Very, very important to understand that. Stress, this is the time. A lot of people are a lot of people are really struggling with, you know, like yes, stay home for many of you. If you go out, exercise, go outside, things like that. That's very important. But you got to find ways to decrease your stress level. I think this is the time to really, if you're a Christian, I'm a Christian. I've been digging into the Word probably all day long. This is the time. This is a great time to really dig into the Word of God. This is a great time to really go outside, spend time with your kids, do things that you enjoy. Love on your kids, love on your family, watch movies, things like that to decrease. Watch a funny movie. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Medea. Medea movies. I love watching Medea movies because I can't stop laughing. That right there decreases my stress level. If you're stressed, do things that you enjoy and love to do, and which will decrease your stress level. Because if not, it weakens your immune system and it stops. You increase your susceptibility to any type of virus or anything like that. Low sleep. If you're not sleeping, then that's decreasing your immune system. You got to be able to have a good night's sleep. You need sleep. That's very important. Glucose, sugar. Sugar has been known to decrease your immune system. The reason is this. When you have sugar inside your body, when you ingest any type of sugar, it's inflammatory. It's actually an anti-nutrient. It decreases your nutrients inside your body. And so it increases inflammation. And if you eat sugar every single day of your life, what happens is you create a chronic inflammation inside your body. And when you have chronic inflammation, it depletes your nutrients and it depletes your immune system, which causes your host, your body, to be more susceptible to any type of sickness and disease. Hopefully that's making sense. So in this time right now that we're living in, that you have to decrease the amount of sugar and increase the amount of fats in your body to increase energy in your body. That's very, very important because that's part of what weakens your immune system. Now strengths. So I'm going to spend some time in this because this is the things that we should be doing right now. Vitamin C. Like you have to be a military sergeant right now in your home. Everybody should be taking vitamin C. You should be checking if they've taken their vitamins. And so vitamin C is very, very potent. It's antimicrobial, antiviral. As you can see, it stimulates, but that's not the most important thing. It stimulates your white blood cells. What are your white blood cells? Remember what I said earlier? Your white blood cells is your army. That's what fights against any type of pathogen. So what stimulates it? Vitamin C does that. Some vitamin C is stored in your adrenal glands. And so guess what? Your adrenal glands is a lot of your stress hormones come from there. A lot of hormones come from there. However, when you're high in stress, it decreases the amount of vitamin C output that your adrenal glands can secrete. And so that's very, very important. China right now and the city of New York is actually treating patients for the COVID-19 virus with vitamin C, with 24,000 grams of vitamin C, and they're seeing incredible results with vitamin C. And so, like, what I recommend, what I take is 1,000 what I typically take in a normal basis is 1,000 milligrams, but what I'm taking right now is 2,000 milligrams. I just upped it to increase my immune system. So I highly recommend that if you're taking any type of vitamin C. So vitamin C is very, very important. The best way to get vitamin C is through nutrients, is what you eat. And the highest dense food that has vitamin C is sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is high in vitamin C. Bell peppers have high in vitamin C. Berries, green leafy vegetables, those are high vitamin C. So those are really the types of foods I recommend. If you want more vitamin C in you, sauerkraut, bell peppers, berries, and green leafy vegetables. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, as you can see, vitamin D is your, how can I say this? It's your immune modulator. I kind of talked about vitamin D already, but it's your immune modulator. It's really not a vitamin. It's actually, it acts as a hormone. It's actually a hormone. I'm not sure why they put vitamin D in there, but it is actually a hormone. It is not a vitamin, but vitamin D is very, very essential because it's, as you can tell there, your vitamin D receptors in your white blood cells and your DNA, there's vitamin D receptors everywhere. And in order for them to work, you need to supplement yourself with vitamin D. It supports your T cells. Vitamin D supports your T cells. What are your T cells? Your T cells are basically, they're made by your thymus gland, which is right here. Your thymus gland, and your thymus gland is like basically a boot camp for your white blood cells. Is your boot camp for your white blood cells. Your white blood cells get matured, they train in your thymus gland. And then it secretes T cells. And so what stimulates your T cell production is vitamin D. Very, very important. You have vitamin D receptors in your cells, in your outer cells, and in the nucleus, in your DNA, you have vitamin D receptors. And so when we think about a virus, think about this. A virus has to invade a host in order for it to do anything. In order for it to do anything, it has to invade a cell, and it's got to go through that cell wall. And once it invades that cell, then it has to go to your DNA with its RNA, and then it has to replicate, copy, replicate, copy, replicate, copy, replicate, copy, and then that's when it becomes abundant. And so doing these little steps right now will increase your resistance, increase your immune system. Very, very important. Vitamin D is one of the best things that you can do. What else? It protects against pathogens. We talked about that. It creates these types of enzymes that actually fight for you. Very, very important. Vitamin D is hard to get it from food, guys. It's very hard to get it from food. So that's why I always recommend going out to the sun, getting some sunlight for an hour with your body, taking a supplement. What I take is typically on a daily basis, I take about 5,000 IUs. Now I'm taking 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Very, very important. And so vitamin D is essential, is absolutely essential for your immune system. Vitamin A. Vitamin A, basically, it's essential to increase your immune system. It's built for structural integrity of your mucosal cells. And so, as you can see, your mucosal cells in your nose, in your mouth, in your respiratory tract, those are all mucosal cells. Vitamin A is essential in order for that to be as potent as possible to protect you from any type of pathogens. Vitamin A, you can find vitamin A in cod liver oil, egg yolks, butter. Butter is very, very important. That's a good fat, and it has high in vitamin A. You know, I cannot believe it's not butter. Believe it, it's not butter. If it's not butter, then what is? It's synthetic. That means it's not real. And then when we ingest that, guess what? Our body goes to war with whatever is foreign that you put inside your body. And so you want to decrease the amount of our susceptibility of all of that, of anything that weakens our immune system. We have to focus on right now is what can we do to increase and strengthen our immune system as much as possible. Zinc is the most important trace mineral that you can get. Zinc is the most important trace mineral that we can get. It increases T cell production. T cell production is what basically makes our white blood cells. Very, very important. Zinc is very important. Garlic is one of the most potent things that kill bacteria, viruses, any type of fungi, mold, whatever it is. Garlic is very, very important. So if you like garlic in your food, if you like garlic in the things that you do, in tea, and whatever it is, I would use garlic every single day, and zinc. Colloid silver is used to starve the oxygen supply of microbes. It starves the oxygen supply of any type of pathogen. And so colloid silver has been used for years and years and years, especially for sinuses. Colloid silver is very good for sinuses. And so I recommend that for that. But colloid silver is very potent. Olive leaf is antiviral. That's another thing that you can do to strengthen your immune system. And so, as you can see, exercise is another thing that that hopefully you have time to do. If I think this is the time, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to hit a certain goal, if y'all want to be more athletic, whatever it is, exercise. You got to exercise. Exercise has 1,000 types of benefits, but one of the best benefits, it helps you increase your immune system, your white blood cell count. It helps your heart. Your heart is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle, just like your bicep, just a different type of muscle. So if you want to work your heart, you got to be able to exercise. You got to be able to move your body. And so I'm not talking about all the gyms are closed. That's okay. You can go outside. You can go at your home. And this is a good exercise that you can do. What you can do is basically short, intermittent, high intensity, short duration workouts. I see, where do you get colloidal silver? Yep. Kendrick said vitamin shop. That's exactly right. And so, but with exercise, what you can do at home, basically you pick 4 workouts, just 4, that's it. And you pick your favorite. You can do squats, push-ups, against the wall, jumping jacks, punching in the air. You can tap your feet as fast as you can. Do whatever your 4 exercises are, and you do it. You do one for 40 seconds as fast as you can. You pause for 20, and you go again. You do the next exercise for 40 seconds. You pause for 20. You do the next exercise for 40 seconds, and then you hold for 20. And you do that consistently for about 4 reps. And you time yourself 40, 20, 40, 20, 40, 20. And that right there will increase your your heart rate, and will start burning fat. But not only that, it will actually increase your immune system, especially in this time. And so exercise is absolutely essential. It's actually a genetic requirement. Our genes need it. It needs movement. If you're not moving, you're dying. You got to be moving. And so when it comes to chiropractic, if you're a patient, you should know this. If you're not a patient, I'm about to introduce this to you. Research shows that chiropractic has the ability to increase your immune system by 200%. And as you can see there, that's very, very important, because every time you get adjusted, it boosts your immune system. And so, like, for me, I'm getting adjusted twice a week. The reason that is because typically I get adjusted once a week. However, I don't want no corona inside my body. So I'm getting adjusted twice a week to boost my immune system so I can be prepared. And so for those who are watching, if you're not a patient, you can always message us on our Facebook page, And if you want to get in and get evaluated, I'll give you a discount for our Facebook discount for $29. And so to get evaluated and start getting adjusted. And for patients that I haven't seen in a while, you're always welcome to come in. For those who come once a week, you can always come twice a week for no charge. But it's very, very important to boost your immune system, and adjustments do that. And so another thing, action steps. I kind of already told y'all, increase the amount of good fats in your body, decrease the amount of sugars. Take all those vitamins I told you about, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, colloidal silver works really well, garlic, olive leaf, things like that. Decrease the amount of processed foods, increase amount of green leafy vegetables. Those are good action steps that you can do. Wash your hands pretty well. Like, please wash your hands. I think everybody should be washing their hands. I think everybody knows now to wash their hands, at least for 20 seconds. Don't just do that for 5 seconds and you'll be done with it. Like, properly wash your hands for about 20 seconds, and then that's how you can get the best cleanse in your hands. That's very, very important to understand, especially in this time that we have. And so, but other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to get in touch with me, as you can see, I have several ways. I have a Facebook page, which is this, what you're looking at. There's an Instagram page, Life by Design Chiropractic. There's a website. You can find great recipes in that website. You can email me if you have any questions. And so if you have any questions, you can message me. You can, in this broadcast, you can always write. I see people are answering and things like that. But I kind of posted some recipes in our page that you can use, especially some of y'all have all the time in the world. So y'all can create very good, healthy recipes that will boost your immune system. Also, I'm going to put a link to some supplements. If you want to buy supplements, you can buy supplements online for vitamin C, vitamin D, probiotics. Probiotics is one of the best things to help your gut. Those are good bacteria in your body. And so I'll put a link right after this. But other than that, I am done for today. I'm going to do more videos as we go along this month on boosting your immune system. But hopefully that helped many of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Message me. You know how to contact me. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. I'll put the link for the supplements. But other than that, we are good to go. Be safe this evening. Love y'all. If y'all come to the office, I will see you in the office. If you've never been to my office and you're in Lake Charles area, please call our office at 564-6197. I almost gave you my cell phone number. Sorry. But but other than that, thank y'all so much for listening. See y'all. Have a good night.